Yeah, and they're less trouble than the herbaceous border, I can tell you.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so David,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. And here we are at the first opening ceremony of the Butterfly Count 2018. What is the significance of having this event every year, would you say?
Because it gives you a picture of what is happening to the butterflies across the country, and butterflies are very good indicators of the health of the natural world. So by taking it on a regular basis like that, you get an overall picture in quite considerable detail, because tens of thousands of people take part in this, of what is happening to the wildlife in this country. Butterflies certainly, but also that has implications for other things.
Of course, yeah. So would you say that the people of today are mostly out of touch with wildlife in general?
Oh, I think urban people, quite obviously, if you don't live in the country, are not as much in touch with it as you would be if you did. So that's the case, and the population of this country has grown, still growing, not just because of the birth rate, which isn't growing, but more people living here. And so they all need to, wherever I go, you see buildings being put up quite right, because people have got homes, and there are more people who need homes.
Yes, yeah.
So, yeah.
So with all those homes, would you say it's crucial for people to start looking at gardening in a wildlife-friendly manner?
I think so, personally, but people will get a great pleasure from doing so. And I think it's good for the soul, really.
Yes.
To seeing, being in touch with the natural world, with forces and organisms that have been here long before we were, individually, and will be long here long after we're gone. And that's important.
Helicopter.
Anyone got a shotgun?
So gardens, obviously, we go around the country basically designing wildlife gardens and installing wildlife gardens for people, and the benefits are so huge, even within a few months of them being installed. Even things such as a wildlife pond or a little flowering lawn or nectar border. What would you say are the key features to a garden for habitat for wildlife, or to try and attract wildlife to a garden?
Well, I'm talking to experts. I mean, why should I tell you? You should be telling me. But one of the things that does impress me, actually, is if you just put a little pond, it doesn't matter how small it is like an extraordinary magnet to wildlife of all kinds. Where it comes from is a mystery.
Absolutely,
and you come in the middle of a concrete jungle and you make a little pond, and before you know where you are, there are dragonflies.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it astonishing. Astonishes me. It's very difficult to do that unless you keep a log, which I don't, because I was gathered about too much. But it isn't enough to say, I think that they're less than one. You should be able to get proper evidence, and to do that you've got to be systematic about it.
Yeah.
Keep logs and counts of what you see, and only then can you actually begin to get a realist perspective on what's been happening. But that's the important thing about the big butterfly count, is that you've got tens of thousands of people all over the country who do it year after year. I mean, it's been going for nearly a decade now, and so suddenly you get really good evidence, not just I feel it's this way or that way. You get good evidence of what's happening to the various species, how their distribution is changing. Some are shrinking and moving up northwards. Others are coming in from Europe. I mean, I saw there was a hummingbird hawk moth in my garden here in Richmond only the other day. I'd never seen one before. And of course, they're magnificent things. I don't know if you've seen a lot of them, do you?
A few, not too many, not as many as I believe.
Well, in the south coast, or?
Well, we're South Lincolnshire, so we're not a million miles from where you grew up in Leicestershire, I believe.
Oh, really? Yeah. Are they in Leicestershire?
Yes, yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well,
red valerian is a good one for them.
Yeah.
I really like
that's right. Well, that's a consequence of climate change. I mean, people doubt it. The evidence is overwhelming. What the climate is changing.
Yeah.
And the distribution of all kinds of animals, including butterflies and moths, is changing as an indicator of this.
And in terms of habitats nationally, one thing that we're really trying to do is push wildflower meadows, because they are such an invaluable source of wildlife, we believe. So, would you share the same view?
Yeah, and they're less trouble than the herbaceous border, I can tell you.
Right. Yes.
I've got when people come and they say, what about all that area? That's a wildlife meadow,
Absolutely,
I say,
yes.
and jolly good it is too. And I do. I mean, I've got a lot of meadow browns and also and blues and so on.
Oh, wonderful.
It's lovely.
Right in the middle of the city.
Yeah, absolutely so. And the pleasure I get these days, I mean, I knew enough botany in my time to know about succession, but it is very, very nice to see the way in which the native plants actually succeed one another, come into blooming at different times and so on, and the changes of colours from the yellows or the first things that you see, and then they come into the blues, into the whites and green. And so, I mean, just recently we've had, of course, the daisies have come up there.
Yes,
they're very good this year. Yeah.
No worries. Well, Sir David, thank you very much indeed.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Sure, if that's all right.